Okay, welcome back. And well, this is that kind of a conversation. We're talking about the election coming up on Saturday. As it happens, we're talking, about Lagos, southwest of the country. There are also going to be governorship and houses of assembly elections all over. Well, not all over, but in most states of the country. And well, we were just before we went on break there. Reverend Dominic, he put out the idea that he doesn't really think that there's any real issue of ethnicity if the politicians would have left well alone. So what he is saying is that it's the politicians mostly that are bringing this up. But of course I've said that, but there's also the whole matter that you've touched upon, performance. Lagos will be looking, traditionally they will look for performance and will reward it. So in that context, Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos is probably, well, give me your assessment. I would think
let me put it this way. Reverend was not out of order. He was right. And what we have been able to do with the June 12th election was an attempt to minimize religion and ethnicity. But that opportunity was thrown away, but not lost. It was the same kind of reenactment. And what this opportunity has given us is for us to start thinking out of that mentality, that primordial sentiment, and start thinking that if somebody can have that spread in 30 states, 25%, and he went through the religious backlash, it didn't destroy him, he went through the ethnic backlash, he survived it, then what then matters is there must be something behind it. Competence, performance, pedigree. That brings us to Lagos. Now, that is why I said historically.
Before you launch, let me quickly take Collins, who has come on the line from Ijesha. So you notice you've taken care of the first 2 or 3 paragraphs. Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Collins in Ijesha.
Yeah, good morning, sir. How are you doing, sir?
Thank you very much for calling in. We're doing good. Hope you are too.
Yeah, thank you very much. You're doing a good job. Concerning this issue on this election incoming, I want to let us know that Lagos is actually a place for everyone in Nigeria. And secondly, we must understand that Lagos has a very positive influence to Nigerians as a whole. But what makes me feel bad most time is the issue of people talking about religion in politics. Sometimes it is necessary or possible that people will leave the facts and start diverting to things that does not worth it to discuss about. Now, if you talk about religion in politics, we know what people are ahead of. We know what people want. We know how people want Lagos to look like. As a matter of fact, there are issues to tackle. There is a man that called last time and he was talking about religion, that they have to take away religion from Nigeria and all this and all this. Is that the solution to this present time? Definitely no. The issue is that people who the leaders are leading know the extent of them leading them. If there is a good reputation in leadership in Lagos, there is nothing that stops people from voting for people who they demand to vote for. But because of the issues on ground, because of problems here and there, because of the attitude of, if you look at the road now, you discover that the level of increment of transportation is basically on the area of the Agbo in Lagos. Are we facing those challenges? Are we telling the incoming or whosoever that will be coming to rule? Are they seeing all these things, all this abnormality in Lagos?
Okay. Mr. Collins, thank you very much. I did take you, but I think your little baby there he wants to join you in contributing, and that was distracting a bit. But we got enough from you. Thank you very much for calling in, Doctor. I'm sure you can rope all of this in because it's on the same subject.
This election has been won. According to Reverend, I agree with him. the man that won the election is married to a Christian. The children are known to be Christians. He is a Muslim. He has picked a vice presidential candidate who is not the typical northern, you would think. He's not Fulani, he's not Hausa, a Kanuri man.
Northeast.
And with that man, he has won the election. He won in North Central, just like June 12 election, Abiola won in North Central. He won in Southwest. And the only one Abiola won, he did not win, was South-South. But he did well. So what he has said to us is Nigerians know how to vote when they want to vote. Now, let's come to Lagos. In the case of Lagos, Lagos always go on competence, capacity, capability, and Lagosians know what they actually wanted. In this case, there are 3 or 4 candidates. There are 3 or 4 political parties. Primordial sentiment will still play in. You can't throw it away. But regardless of that primordial sentiment, APC has won 20 out of 24 House of Representative seats. By total number of votes, they are won clearly, if you use House of Reps. In the senatorial seat, APC had won, and they won all the 3 senatorial seats. I'm not talking at the presidential election level. And they have also won with wide margin. In fact, the margin with which they won is more than the extra vote that is left for all the other parties, minus the PDP. In the senatorial ticket, it was the PDP, not the Labour Party, that was the main actor in the presidential. Telling you, Lagosians don't vote along those factors all the time when it comes to local. In the case of the state-wide election, they are going to have. You also see diversity in the way Lagosians will vote when it comes to houses of assembly. The current House of Assembly, where where Labour Party presidential candidate won Etiosa, the 2 House of Assembly in that Etiosa currently are APC, and they won election, even when the last election went into a rerun. So if you go to Ojo, where you have a PDP House of Reps, and now a Labour candidate won, you will also see that the 2 Houses of Assembly are APC. So the way people...
How about Alimosho?
In Alimosho, the 2 Houses of Assembly... In fact, the last election, APC gubernatorial won Alimosho with about 63,000 votes difference. And the 2 Houses of Assembly are... And they're still going to be APC. Because as election comes down to the grassroots, the people at the grassroots knows what they are looking for. They take hold of it. Now, not to talk of the candidates that are in this election. You have an incumbent who has done exceptionally well in the tradition of Omoluabi of Lagos. Be it Hausa, Igbo, Kanuri, or whatever in Lagos. They will reward a performing person.
Mr. George, thank you for holding on. Good morning. Go right ahead, please.
Good morning, Uncle Yori,
good morning.
Again.
Yes, good morning.
Uncle Yori, the new word for a protest vote is the new word for Lagos is no man's land. The truth must be told in this country. If we are not ready to accept the truth, we will not be able to accept or accommodate progress. What happened in that presidential election was ethnicity and religion. What are the Lagosians protesting against? Is it the deep sea port? Is it the electric train? The blue line is already in place. In the next 3 months, the red line will be in place, and there will be 4 other lines on the line. Is it the 4th mainland bridge? Is it the 18 general hospitals spread across Lagos that are better equipped than many private hospitals? Is it the roads? Is it the schools that we all see? Uncle Yori, I'm a CDA chairman, and my interaction with grassroots people, I don't just come on air to say what I do not know. A person, a woman who retired from Lagos State Service, she worked there for 35 years. I was talking to her about that election, and she gave me reasons why she was afraid to vote for Asiwaju because of what her pastor told her. I won't say it on air because it will be too ugly to hear. That is the same thing that many people experience. If I'm to suggest, I would say that by the time the 10th National Assembly is sworn in, we must do agenda setting for the National Assembly. That electoral act needs to be amended to punish any candidate that tries to preach ethnicity or religion in his campaigns.
Okay.
This must be arrested, in my view.
Thank you very much for calling in, Mr. George. I got you, and there's a lot more where that came from. His umbrella statement was that protest vote has become an alternative expression for ethnic politics. That was his charge. He didn't have the time to prove it all completely, but that he feels that something happened, and that was why he went on to say that he even wishes that the National Assembly could actually formulate some kind of a legal contraption so that you can't do that. You can't. I don't know. He would have, if he had had the time, would have explained it. But what do you think of that whole idea? Because Dr. Puefa said clearly the protest vote also kicked in. And then he's responded that what you are calling protest vote is semantics for an ethnic pool, which he feels can be dangerous.
Well, I agree that that can be very dangerous for us.
Because people have the impression that you want to come and change our environment.
Yes.
However right or wrong that statement is, that look, why, and so people, it's a very emotional subject.
That's why I would want to, that's one of the reasons why we in the Arewa community are looking at voting at Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. You see, I keep talking about the spirit of Lagos. And when I talk about the spirit of Lagos, what I mean is that as Lagosians, we're not people that, look, I went to secondary school in Lagos. I schooled with people that
Which school?
Federal Government College in Janiki.
Okay.
I went to people that were Hausas. I did not know they were. I did not know the difference.
Really.
You understand what I mean?
Really.
And it's something about Lagos. You grow up.
Lagos has always been very much like the way he's describing it.
Yes.
So what has happened now? There's, I don't even know how to say it, because certain political, please.
Certain political parties have tried to move us to that thinking of ethnicity and all that they have in some other parts of the country. For us in Lagos, we don't tread on ethnicity, religion. We don't do that. You understand what I mean? And I want to believe that, not like I believe, I know that Sanwo-Olu would continue with that spirit of Lagos. I keep talking about that spirit. That one is a cosmopolitan town. It's open to everyone.
Until politicians grab hold of it is a charge. It's another allegation that has been made. But let me bring in Mr. Deni from Ikosi in Lagos.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Please go ahead.
Okay. I want to appreciate you for this great job you're doing. Okay.
You're very kind, sir. Thank you.
I think many of us are missing the point because of the election period that we have now. I, for example, I'm in Lagos and I'm married an Igbo woman. So in my house, tribalism, ethnicity is not even the topic of discussion. Okay? I think what we should be focusing on now is about...
And by the way, sorry, Mr. Deni, as you know, you're not in the minority. What you've just said, that you are married to an Igbo, it's pretty commonplace.
Very common in Lagos.
It's very commonplace. I just wanted to add that in.
Okay, no problem. I'm doing somewhere that what we should focus on is about good governance. Okay? This is not time about tribes or religion, and we are missing the point. What we are seeing in Lagos now is what the Lagos has been building for over 2 decades. Now, it happens that we have someone that is from Lagos that is going to federal house. I mean, we all agree that there's a lot of opportunity that is going to come to this Lagos. We can't lose focus right now and be talking about ethnicity or religion. Yes, can we do better than this in Lagos? Yes. But truly, is there room for improvement? Yes, there's room for improvement. Let's just vote for continuity. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Denis. So the point I was making, in case Mr. Denis didn't understand, I was being positive about it, that this whole matter about him saying that you can hear me, my name, I'm a Yoruba man, but I happen to be married to an Igbo person. And so in my house, we doesn't, as a friend of mine likes to say, we doesn't know the difference. We doesn't know the difference. Yeah. It's one. And now, and I'm sure you guys can testify to that it's not an isolated situation. We have intermarried a lot. There are the same thing. You intermarry with houses and all of that.
Sorry if I'm reporting here. I think Mr. Denis actually hit the nail and took us back to course. This election on Saturday is about Lagos, and the people of Lagos, the governance in Lagos, and the government in Lagos. And Lagosians will look at the incumbent. What has he done? Education, pass mark. Health, pass mark. Transportation, excellent. All areas, check. Excellent. Then Lagosians will come down. Who are the people aspiring for a change? We have one, an architect, MIT. What else do we know? Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Gamble, no gamble. We have one, a media personality. What has he done? Media. What else? Nothing else. We have the two candidates, the two major, we have the incumbent and two other candidates. The two of them used to be PDP. In fact, one was supposed to be deputy or vice to the other.
Okay.
One has contested in PDP in 2019. This same one left PDP few months to this general election.
Okay.
And so Lagosians,
you're talking about the Labour Party candidate.
Yeah, the Labour candidate was senatorial candidate in Lagos West.
Yes.
He lost by 80,000 votes. The PDP candidate used to be part and parcel of the Lagos State system in 2011 to 2007 to 2015. He was in APC even as at the time we were doing the party primaries. Out of anger, he left. Disagreement, he left. The other Labour Party guy was supposed to be his deputy in the same election. But because he didn't pick the guy left.
And then,
so
that's how he ended up.
What you have is people driven by anger, not by
either ideology
or proper instincts for development. That's my view. And you have a man who started as a banker. He read surveying, I don't know, from University of Lagos. He worked in the bank. He came to Lagos, worked as senior special. He was already a general manager in the bank. Worked as a senior special assistant, special advisor. He became commissioner for economic planning. He left there, became commissioner for staff training and pensions. And that was the time the pension system, the trade. I started with him. I was special advisor when he was commissioner. That was when we started the new phase of last month, repositioning of last month. He was in charge of training. So this man left. He now went back to become a managing director of the largest single property development company in Lagos, in Lagos, if not in this country. And he left that to become governor. And he's having a deputy who was working in America, Pricewaterhouse, wherever. He came down to Lagos, commissioner for. So what you have in the Sanwo-Olu, in the APC ticket, is bundle of experience, bundle of people who have taken that. Look, the young man from Labour is about 40 years old. We need to ask ourselves, what happened in the last 30 years to him? Sanwo-Olu was already a senior special assistant before 40. He was a general manager in the bank before 40. If I use myself, I was already a member of the university senate at the age of 30. And so what we are talking of is we need to look at pedigree. Lagos is not that kind of property. We can't take chances. And I believe I strongly believe Lagosians are going to throw away all primordial issues that we have discussed here. They are going to go for competence, they are going to go for continuity, and they are going to go for somebody that will continue to make Lagos what Lagos to be and will take Lagos to the next height based on what the person has done.
I see that you want
You see, a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, he's one of the champions of the PDP. We normally talk and we,
Oh, I beg your pardon. I should have put Festus on. I'm so sorry. First of all, apologies to you, Festus. I forgot. Festus is in... good morning to you, sir. Festus in Ikorodu. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for calling in. Go ahead,
Yes,
please.
sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. Congratulations to our president-elect.
Indeed.
We really congratulate him. And also, congratulations to
I sort of feel responsible that, that I didn't put Festus on. But Festus was in an upbeat mood. So sorry about that, Festus.
So, you see, you know what he told me one time? He said, look, we were talking and he was like, look, I don't look forward to a Lagos now that will not be APC. And I was like, I asked him, I said, why? He said, look, I'm PDP. At the federal level, yes, I would want people, but the structure and the continuity in Lagos has to go on for now. So, you see, for people that are voting on Saturday, like one of the callers that called in said, we didn't say it. He started calling all the achievements of the governor. So people know this. So, you shouldn't be voting based on sentiments and
or
anger or religion. You should be voting on progress. You understand? It has to be progress. You cannot take us, how many years back by bringing somebody that is incompetent.
Well, or at least has to start trying to find out, how does it work?
How does it work?
What is going on here?
Of this? You understand what I mean?
I'm going to crack your phone.
How does it work here? Okay, now I have the office, but where are the switches? Where are the levers?
There is the story of a governor of Lagos who on his first day was called from somewhere around Lagos that there is a problem. And he called the former governor to inform the former governor that they are complaining about. So the former governor, do you realize you are the governor?
Where you're supposed to hit the ground running?
What I'm saying is that I did be that person was not part of the previous government. He wouldn't know how to handle this.
Exactly.
Yes. Corona came. It came very early in the administration. It came in May 29, 2019, and Corona came.
You saw the way
it was something nobody has seen in the last 100 years.
Was incident commander.
We
don't even have the time to go into it.
It wasn't difficult for him because he was in a staff.
Exactly.
He was in training. He was in pension. He was in housing. He had worked with a former. He was in economic planning, so he knew the buttons to press.
Well.
You don't just throw somebody into governance.
Now, the former governor of Lagos
that's
also...
what you guys are saying to the
sorry, before you run, a former governor of Lagos...
We've rounded up already.
A former governor of Lagos
we've rounded up
somebody
already.
worked with him as a cameraman. And that is the camera... I'm not talking about you. But a former governor of Lagos said something else. So, you need testimonials of people to... Believe me,
so that's what
all we need to do, Lagos, on Saturday...
Look at the candidates properly. And then make your choice.
I don't need to look at it. Just look at governor.
Dr. Kayode Okwefa, former Lagos State Commissioner for Transportation. Thank you very much and for coming on. It's been a long, long while. Please don't be a stranger. Come around more often. And Alhaji Mohammed Mekano Lawal, DG Arewa Support Movement. Thank you very much as well. Gentlemen, thank you very much. So that's our program today. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folare.